What if I told you that 3.3 million people just disappeared out of the workforce in a matter of months? What if I told you that in the next 8 years, there is a possibility that up to 71.6 million people could drop out of the workforce, leave jobs vacant, and nobody to fill in those vacancies? Welcome, everyone. In this video, we will be looking at the impact the baby boomer generation has on the workforce and what will happen when they all retire. We all know that since the pandemic, people have not been returning to the jobs they used to have as other opportunities have arisen, be it self-employment or positions at other companies. That leaves a lot of jobs that used to be filled with people who couldn't get jobs elsewhere just sitting there not being fulfilled. Who wants to make $12 an hour to cook hamburgers? Now everyone is asking, how are people staying home and not going back to work and still paying for things? Part of the answer is that over 3 million people just disappeared out of the jobs pool. And that is only one of the first big blocks of the boomers to leave. There are more to come. Elon Musk recently had been put to task about his thoughts on the birth rate in America, with responses that the world population is still scheduled to climb, but the world population is not represented in the US. Since the US is a graying nation, which means that out of the 329.5 million people who live there, with Generation X added to the rolls, the next group to start retiring, that over 136 million people will be leaving the workforce over the next few decades. So, you could say that 1 in every 5 American residents will reach the age of retirement soon. With an average death rate of 9.075 and a birth rate of 1.09%, we are going to see that gap only widen. Other problems have arisen because of this as well. According to the US News, farmers, ranchers, agricultural managers, and the like are made up of almost 30% of seniors over the age of 65. If you add the loss of those individuals, plus the extreme rise in gas and diesel, and food shortages are to be expected. Other sectors that relied on youth and seniors for employment are hurting as well. The food sector and hospitality are struggling more to retain the workforce. They traditionally have lower wage rates and are facing more difficulties in gaining new workers. For instance, the leisure, hospitality, and retail industry has been facing a large number of jobs resigning since November 2020. More than 1 million workers have left their job since November 2021. Healthcare alone is facing shortages due to nurses and RNs leaving for other work, as well as the boomers who make up a good portion of the workforce is leaving as well. It is expected that over 1 million more boomers will leave the healthcare field and retire in the next 8 years. It doesn't appear that there are the numbers to keep that tide from affecting the level of care. Will this significantly affect the US economy? Well, this is the most common and especially important question. The percentage of Americans with a full-time job is going down, so this will affect the GDP of the country. According to a report, if every 10% jump in the portion of a population for more than 60 years, the economic growth rate will be declined by about 5.5%. Shortages and reliance on more expensive trade goods will continue to hurt the US dollar, as buying power will continue to decrease and economic demand will stay, or increase depending on the products, meaning that the cost for those will continue to skyrocket. How to deal with this issue? Some people have a viewpoint. If the wages increase significantly, then it would certainly attract people to come back to work, and it will ultimately reduce the problem of labor shortage. However, the fact is, that solution is not as simple as it looks. According to the report of JP Chase, Americans in all 4 income quartiles have more cash in hand as compared to what they had before the pandemic. The US economy will have to adjust to deal with the challenge of demographic change, and the country should take steps to increase the birth rate because it is a major issue. Gen Alpha is poised to be a big generation, but if their parents cannot afford to have as many children because of the economic situation, we could see that drastically keep numbers down as well. That's all for today's video, and thanks for watching it. Don't forget to share your thoughts with us in the comments section below. And while you are here, click to watch one of these 2 videos appearing on your screen right now. I will see you there. Take care and stay tuned.